All right, look who it is. DA, Damon Amendolara is with us. An old friend and mentor of mine, CBS Sports Radio host, and we just saw Duke, Carolina. One of the best rivalries in sports. Where would you put it among the rivalries in sports?
Well, the best one in college basketball by far. I don't think that there's even a close second. In college basketball, this defines the sport, defines certainly the conference like we saw tonight, and we had another good chapter. I mean, UNC's offense is amazing, but Duke kept chipping away until it was a one-possession game late. But, man, the North Carolina firepower is something to behold in person.
It's incredible, and it's another reason that you really can't predict who's going to win it all this year. Not this tournament, not the big tournament, of course. We were talking during the game that this year's been insane, and it's probably going to get even more crazy in the March. Who are you liking to win it all? Who are you liking among the college basketball teams this year? Has this been as crazy as any season you've seen?
Well, it's a weird season because all of the quote-unquote good teams are pretty obviously flawed and have suffered some bad losses along the way. I mean, I was watching Virginia tonight, and UVA only had one loss in conference all season long. But it's hard to really believe that they're the best team in the country. It's hard to believe that they've got enough to get over the hump into a Final Four and win a national championship. I think Xavier's really good. I think they're well coached. They're probably going to be a number one seed. But again, I'm a little leery on teams coming out of the Big East, although Villanova won a national championship. I don't know if Xavier has the top-end talent to be able to get past a team like Duke or North Carolina. I'll tell you, watching UNC, and not just because they won tonight, watching them this week, I just think that they have more firepower and they get out in transition better than anybody else in the country. The way that they push tempo, it's so hard to defend and get back, and they have all these finishers. It wouldn't surprise me if Roy Williams is once again in the Final Four. This UNC team's just really, really good.
They're deep, too. For a college team, the way he uses his bench is incredible to me, and what he gets out of them is even more incredible. This year has had a lot going on in the background as well. Controversy, paid players, all of that. I mean, we know very well as Syracuse people what a controversy investigation can do to a fan base, but now we have that over the whole sport, it looks like. From the outside looking in, how do you think this whole scandal that's going on this year is going to impact the game?
Well, it's going to obviously force the powers that be to reassess how amateur athletics is going to be organized. I don't know if it's going to mean revolution. I don't know if they're going to break the whole thing apart. I doubt it because that's going to be too difficult. But they're going to have to reassess what is realistic in terms of changes. And maybe the Olympic model is where it's at, where you allow amateur athletes to actually get money for their likeness and be used in sponsorship deals, endorsement deals, things like that. That feels to me like a good starting point. But when you have this many programs and people within the organization that is going to be investigated at a federal level, it means that change is afoot. We just don't know the timing and how big that change is going to be.
Some guys are going to get out of the game this year. Marvin Bagley's among them. Maybe the number one pick in this draft. He is having the kind of tournament start to March that lifts guys up to that number one pick status. March means a lot when it comes to the draft. It boosts guys' status, and he has had a sensational start here in New York. What did you see out of him today?
You know, all week long, Bagley just has such a fluidity about every offensive move. I mean, he's just got the entire arsenal. And when you see his length combined with his speed, combined with his athleticism, moves to the basket, length, everything, you just go, yeah, that looks like a NBA player right now, right here, could be playing on this floor for the Brooklyn Nets or somebody else coming into this very same arena. So Bagley was one of the most impressive players I saw all week long, no doubt.
What about the Grayson Allen? What are we going to call it? What are we going to call what he did out there at half court?
Sort of a butt bump or something, some kind of butt block. I mean, it's just the most Grayson Allen thing ever, right? It's just he can't avoid those types of plays, and people will say, oh, it wasn't that bad. Well, why is he involved in every one of those plays ever? I think there's a theme here.
He switched it up from the trip to the butt bump.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that. Damon Amendolara coining the phrase. And with us here on CLNS Media, Bobby Manning tuning out from day 4 at the Barclays Center.